Oh, tell me when it says something.
It says live, John.
You call me Francis, I drill you.
Oh, hey everybody, this is Johnny Beane. It's 5:10 out here in California land, August 24th, 2018.
Yay!
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for jumping in. Got David Nesdahl sitting here.
Hi.
There he is. Jay Hannon.
Watch out now.
Mully.
I got the double smile.
Oh.
Dave, you got charisma. That's pretty good. He did that with both your faces.
Yeah, right?
You can chew your food before you even taste it.
I'm talented that way.
Cool. Awesome. And we're waiting for one more. I think we'll be waiting.
Shall we sit in silence until he arrives?
We could.
We'll just keep hitting this. And then nothing.
Then you got to keep hitting it and for just the drum.
It sounds like static when you do it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You need the battery you need to turn that thing louder.
Mm-hmm.
Turn it up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. We'll see what happens. We'll see. But we're here to talk about guitars today.
Yay!
So we'll do that.
Oh, I need to bust the chat out here so I can see what people are saying about you guys.
Man, Dave, who's in here? Who's in the chat?
Adam EVH, Vinny Romano, Jason Wade, Brent Z Rocks, Guitar Hack, A64 T-Bird, Guitar Girl KB, Blank Palette, Guitar Guru Bozique, Thrash Metal, and Fun Riffs. Ben Coombs, Max T, Guitar Hack, Guitar Collector, Bozique, Michael Bishop, Arvon Gaunt, Blank Palette 2, Claude G, Adam EVH, Michael B, John BL 5150.
45 minutes later.
Damn, there's more people. Amanda Coombs, 7 over 8. 7 over 8. 7 overrated.
Overrated, yeah.
Why do I feel like I'm watching an old episode of Romper Room? And out there, I can see John V5150.
Why is it that you said that with your eyes really squinty?
Because I'm in Japan.
Because you're in Japan?
Oh, come on. Oh, no.
What?
Okay.
It's bright.
Okay. If you're there, I guess it's okay.
Yeah.
Right. I'm trying to fit in.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. And real quickly, I don't know if this guy even watches this anymore because I haven't seen him for a long time. But happy birthday to Pascal.
Oh, Pascal's birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Yeah.
Silver Rabbit. There's even more people. And everyone that I've missed, I'm sorry.
Tough petunias.
Mm-hmm. Well, hey, if Dave didn't mention your name, say hi, Dave, in the chat.
Hi, Dave. Oh,
he didn't mention me either, so I guess I can do that too. There we go. So, I don't know. The guitar we were going to talk about isn't here yet.
Oh, can I give you guys a little update on mine?
All right.
My Telecaster that I put together for my birthday. I got the parts. Finally got all the parts in to finish it. I'm changing the control plate. Right now it's just a volume tone and the 3-way switch. What I did is I bought a control plate that's doesn't have any of the holes cut into it yet. And I'm putting the volume and tone as it were. I'm switching to like a Music Man 3-way toggle switch. And I got the little Fender amp jewel lamp that I'm going to put on there. So And I got the witch hat knob. So when it's all finished, it's going to look like a little Fender amp control plate right there on my guitar.
That's a lot of stuff on that front.
It's not. It's just volume, tone, and a switch plus the light. That's it.
And is the light going to be turning on and off?
That I'm not sure about yet. I haven't had the control plate off yet to see how deep it is in there. It may not fit. I may not be able to fit the lamp part of it down in there. I may just have to go with just the jewel. So we'll see. If we can get it to fit, then I'll be asking people in the chat rooms and stuff, how can I wire this up? Because I don't know.
You showed me a picture, didn't you?
Yeah.
Like a long time ago.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's gonna look great, man.
Yeah. And if I can get my scratch guard, if I can get my pick guard covered in Tolex, that would look.
That scratch guard would be a Scotch guard.
A Scotch guard, yeah. Guitar Girl KB, can we see the new control plate? Sorry, it's downstairs. I would jump up and go get it, but if I'm not wearing socks.
Sure.
You wear 3 socks?
Yeah.
The other one's a baby sock, though.
Just remember I did not start that.
Yeah, for once, Johnny did.
Yay, John!
Thank you. And also, we got some hi Daves. Although you're gonna have to find them because you aren't. I should have said say hi Dave Nesdal, but
I'm hi Dave.
Fender Guru says hi Dave. Did you mention him?
I did. He just wasn't listening.
Chet, you betcha says hi Dave.
Mm-hmm.
You bet. It's a great song.
Who is that?
The Who.
Pete Townsend.
Okay.
Oh, that wasn't The Who. That was Pete Townsend?
Well, it depends. The Who is.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Okay. Awesome.
That's all we got.
I think
Bye now.
I think that's it. Hey, Brent. Good to see you. Nick Horton. Good to see you, man. Yeah. Well, really quickly, I'll tell you guys, you know how I got the new keyboard and mouse I was telling you about the other day?
Doesn't work?
The thing wouldn't turn off.
I can't wait. I can't wait to hear this.
What wouldn't turn off?
It's a wireless keyboard.
Okay.
Battery operated, has an on and off switch. You switch it to off, and I just happened to something rubbed again. Well, I shouldn't say that. Something hit the space bar
on it
the other day, and the screen started moving, and supposedly it was turned off. So I took it back today, and let me check it out. Okay, off. Okay, good. This one actually works. This one works. Oh wait, actually, I don't know. Crap.
You said
it should have an automatic feature where after like a certain amount of time of not being touched, it should turn off.
Mm-hmm.
That's how my wife is.
Oh. Good little Japanese girl.
Ba-dum-bum.
Oh man. Okay. Well, this isn't doing anything now.
Frank, thank you so much on the poster. Yes.
Ah, how nice. Yes, and Michael James, thank you very much for the vintage prototype black nut.
Oh, nice.
Vintage
prototype black
vintage nut. Like spinach, vintage.
Mm-hmm. Okay, this one actually does work. Meaning when you turn it off, it actually doesn't do anything. So that's good. Okay, awesome. Okay. Whoops. And also really quickly, I don't know if Nesdal has any clue about this, but our last show that we did is up to like 1,700 views.
I didn't know it was that high, but I noticed that we had gotten 390 views during the actual 2 hours that was live. So
nice.
For some reason it was people were interested in watching. Thanks everyone.
That's awesome.
What was I wearing? Is that the reason?
No, you didn't have the squash in.
My last hangout, I had 5.
That's better than 4.
True.
Mm-hmm. Except if you have another window open so you can see the chat, it counts you as 2.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you, everybody. Jay and I were doing some investigating the next morning, trying to figure out where those views are coming from. And I think I'm sure, but I'm not. I don't know.
Blank Ballot says 1,700 views and 390 thumbs downs. Is that true? No way. That would be actually that'd be pretty funny.
That would be funny.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I thought it might have been a glitch because YouTube does that sometimes. Well, it'll drive your views like all the way up, and then the next day it'll be back down to how it normally should have been, right?
Mhm.
It's a glitch.
But the next day it kept climbing the past couple days whenever it's, kept going. I'm thinking the video got shared somewhere, like on some website somewhere.
Well, we got to figure out what website it got shared on.
Yeah. I've got a video on my channel. Did I tell you about this, John? Dave? Jay? I've got a video on my channel about cigarette machines here in Japan that I made like 6 years ago. And this past month, it's got close to 100,000 views. Jeez. Yeah, it's just suddenly kicked in. I made $150 this month off of YouTube.
Wow, that's good.
I've never gotten a single, like 2 in a row. My pay usually comes like 3 months at a time, And I got one last month, got one this month, and I've picked up 300 subscribers too.
So Johnny and Dave, we got to make a video. We got to make a video on a cigarette machine.
All smokers.
No, believe it or not, there are a lot of them that are going cancer and just all kinds of you big fat F, and stuff like that. There's plenty of that stuff. So,
well, smoking channels are actually pretty popular.
I think this is probably something to come with the Olympics are coming up in 2020 here in Japan, in Tokyo, and probably people are kind of researching what it's like in Japan, and probably smokers are coming, wondering what's smoking. I honestly have no idea. I don't know where the views are coming from or anything.
So Mully, do you smoke?
I stopped 2.5 years ago.
Okay, so that's a no. Johnny doesn't smoke. Dave doesn't smoke. I don't smoke. Guys, we should switch this. Change the format. We go to a smoking show by non-smokers,
where we talk about how cool it is to smoke or how terrible it is.
No, how cool everybody, like Bruce Willis in Die Hard, how cool he looked smoking a cigarette, how cool Eddie Van Halen looked smoking a cigarette.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. So we just talk about that.
Because of Eddie Van Halen, that's why I smoked. That's the reason. It was the picture in Guitar World July '88 of him blowing the smoke ring.
Yep.
Every time I open up that magazine, see that picture, it'd make me want to smoke.
So even to this day, you still salivate over it, don't you?
Yeah.
I can blow smoke rings like that.
Thumbnail.
I can do it. Yeah, right. John, we had a request.
Uh-oh.
There you go.
Note by note, man. Note for note right there.
Gosh.
I forgot how to play it.
Wait.
Oh, there it is. There it is. I remembered it.
Wait, that was wrong?
That's the one.
The face, too.
Yeah, you got to have the face.
Yeah. David Addis, hey man. EG's guitars.
Is that Eric Johnson?
It might be, yeah.
Yeah, I got to ask him a question, Eric Johnson.
What batteries do you use?
EJ, yeah. Is it true that if your guitar tech doesn't change your batteries after each show, you know the difference just by hearing it? It can't be true. It just can't be.
I mean, what?
Yeah.
Huh? He said yes.
It's not him because there's no way in hell Eric Johnson would do this.
No, he's that. You know what that is? That's saying he could play guitar better with 2 fingers than all of us can play with 4 or 5.
Hey, speaking of Johnson,
Oh,
what?
John's on a roll today.
Where?
Johnson.
well, Frisky must have had a nooner today or something.
Huh? Okay, no, that's something else. Can we get? What's going on? This is.
No one knows what a nooner is.
This guy's actually fired this time.
He's coming.
Anyone?
Did he mess up the invite?
No.
No, he got 3 of them. I don't know. I think it's like the Matt Damon joke at the end of Kimmel.
Yeah,
or whatever.
mm-hmm.
It's like
That was great.
Rob was going to be here, but no.
He ran out of time. He
I
ran
think
out of time for us.
You know what? When he pops in, we should end the show.
Yeah, everybody. Shh. Yeah, the second he jumps in, all right, good night, everybody. And
When his little avatar pops up in the corner before he's fully on, we should just kind of step out of the camera, give it one of these.
What we should also do is just move our lips and not have no sound come out. So he's like, guys, I can't hear you.
Well, he's probably watching this.
No, he's not.
He's probably watching this, trying to get in and can't. That's probably what's going on.
I don't think so. I think he's doing everything he can to put his guitar together real quick.
Oh, that's a good point.
Thank you, Jason Wade.
He's
I don't know
strung it
why.
backwards.
I don't know why it hid that. Oh, because it's spamming, but it's good spam.
Is the guitar coming up? Is this a secret, or is this something that everybody's aware of?
Well, we are.
Well, I think it'll be a surprise to everybody watching, I think.
Okay, because I have no idea. Nobody tells me anything. I'm always like, you guys ready for this little exchange of words today?
Nope.
I mailed John this morning, asked if I could join in with you guys. This is the deep conversation I had. Hey, John, I'm off today. Mind if I jump in with you guys? Just about 30 minutes or so. I want to go to the pool this morning. Okay. Cool. What time? 5 your time? Yeah. See you then. Cool.
That's normal.
That's a lot from Johnny.
Yep. You got
that's
pretty good.
At least he answers your call. You know, or when you text him. With me, if I text him, I'm lucky. I'm lucky if he types back. He gets Jay to do it.
No,
I have to go through Jay to get to Johnny.
I've been so busy today, you guys. I had to return my keyboard. I was just telling you, get a new keyboard.
That takes a long time, you know.
I had to go get a parking permit. I had to go do that. I had to get a cheesesteak that wasn't very good. Just a million different things I had to. But yeah.
Yeah,
Mully, for a while I was like, man.
Does John not like me or what?
Yes, no, the thumbs up or the
whatever, right?
Cool. You know,
what, did I do something to him?
No, that's just the way it is. He's got a million things to do in one day, and you're not one of them.
No. The truth is, Mully, I was driving, and out here it's totally against the law to even touch your phone while you're driving. So at a red light, I would hit the microphone and say, "Okay,
cool,"
or whatever. Yeah,
right.
Yeah, that's
real quick.
Hey, guys, check this out. Can you see the original color here?
Yes, I can.
Can you see how nice and pink it was back in the day?
Pink. Mm-hmm. It actually didn't fade all that much.
Yeah,
a little bit, not much. Not like Craig's guitar. That guitar is almost orange, and it was pink.
Mm-hmm. Well, speaking of Craig, he just liked and retweeted like 12 of my tweets just now. So.
Craig.
What is that?
Thank you, Craig.
So is that the EX or is that the EVH?
This is the EX. I don't have an EVH.
Gotcha.
I don't have an EVH, Jay. I don't have that kind of money.
Well, it's the same guitar. It's an EVH. It just doesn't
much. Yeah.
It's not pretty much. It is. It's exactly the guitar.
Yeah.
Actually, Dave, you and I need to talk about that.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
May I?
Sure.
I'm going to share my screen here so you guys can see this. Dave,
Oh,
you're gonna
hide the browser shortcut.
I'm hiding.
the what? The browser shortcut? What's that?
Browser, he said.
What you were
okay.
looking at before you jumped into here is what he
Yeah.
No, that's not up on screen. Okay.
It's on
All
his
right.
other computer.
You got my screen here,
You're looking at.
Dave.
Yeah.
Dave.
Yeah.
You're looking at me
Dave.
driving a car. Wait a
Here's
minute.
inside,
Which way?
Dave. Here's inside the neck pocket of the EVH. John, put me on screen, would you?
Wait, I'm driving.
this-
Hang on.
This
Yo,
is kind
that
of
was actually really cool. What is going on?
Everybody
Can-
turns sideways when it shows him.
We got
Molly,
kind
say
of a-
something.
something.
So, can I say something
Hey,
now?
wrong way.
Hey, John, put me on screen, would you?
Yeah, so now we can see.
Oh, how do I
Okay.
do that? Oh,
Never mind.
Well, there's John. Well, there's Rob. Damn it.
man. All right.
He's gonna have to wait now.
Are we good?
No. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm
all
done.
right. I gotta
Ready to
go.
go.
I gotta split.
All right,
Guys.
everybody. We'll see you guys
See you
later.
guys. Good night.
I had that coming. I had it coming. I know. Okay,
Hey, Rob, can I do this real quick?
Yeah, you gotta wait your turn now, Rob.
No, go
Wait,
ahead.
what am I doing?
Wait
It's
out
like
in the
airplane.
office. will you?
All right, there you are.
It's like airplanes taking off. Okay, Dave, guys, look at this. So I took mine apart, right? This is inside the neck pocket. If you notice,
Is that
the
cheese?
maple top is just a thin veneer.
Okay.
It's not a 1-inch thick maple top, right? And you can see the sandwiches, the sandwich lines of where this body's put together. Okay.
Uh-huh.
If we look at the other side, sorry, that's the same one. If we look at the other side, we don't have those sandwich lines anymore over here. And as you can see, the veneer is super thin. Hold on. See it right there?
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
So that's leading me to believe that this is not an EVH body.
Huh.
Because didn't the EVH bodies have full maple tops?
Yes, they did. They're about an inch.
Right. So as we can see,
Well, no, they're about a quarter of an inch.
So, but as we can see here, that's not the case. Now, it does seem to have, maybe this is maple right here, but that's definitely a thin veneer. And Craig said that you can sand through that veneer in no time. Okay, go ahead and take me off screen, John.
Okay, so all right. Well, I guess I'm wrong, but I mean, it's still, for all intents and purposes, it's an EVH, and the quality is the same.
I agree. It's a great guitar. Hi, Rob.
Hey, what's up, Mo?
Hey, hey, man.
Looking at? What's the car we're looking at here?
This is my Pinky X.
Yeah, those veneer tops on those things are paper thin. I know that because I just had my green one, as you guys all know, worked on.
Yeah, I think it's a maple top with the veneer over the maple.
Yeah.
Yeah. Except for this one. This one is this is an all alder body.
Yep.
Who's parrot speaking?
That's Doll's parrot. His robot parrot. Nice shirt, Johnny.
Thank you, man.
Why is it so dark where you are?
Thanks to Jay. Jay gave this to me.
Well, I figured I'd do the I do the hangout downstairs tonight where there's not a massive echo. So
I figured
I
I'd
apologize
do
for
the
being
hangout
late.
downstairs where there's no light, so you can't even see the guitar.
Yeah, I know. I think we'll be okay because I'm going to put it real close. But I just want to apologize to everybody. First off, it's great to see everybody. You too, Molly. But I want to apologize. I was all set for the hangout, and it was. I texted Johnny. I basically said I'm ready to go, and my boss calls, and I was trying to get a hold of him like 6 hours ago today when I was at work and to ask him a question. Of course, he calls now. And I didn't pick it up. Then he's texting me, "Call me, please. Call me." I'm like, "Oh, come on, really?" So it was one of those deals. So I apologize. I couldn't get out of that one. That was one of those deals. But great to see everybody.
Were you on the clock when he called you?
Boy, I tell you what.
Oh,
when
he
you
was on.
Yeah, I wish that was on the clock. The amount of time.
I was going to say he was on the cleaning lady, not the clock.
Oh my goodness.
The cleaning lady?
I had nothing to do with that.
Dave, is that what you said? The cleaning lady?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was going to come and blow all the air out of my pants.
Oh, Johnny in the show.
Little Us Festival joke there.
How's it going?
How you doing, Jay?
I'm doing all right, man.
Good, good, good.
I see we almost matched. We coordinated.
I know. You got the shirt, I got the hat. Yeah.
You got to coordinate.
Dave, where's your Qui-Gon hood tonight?
I haven't. What the hell was that?
Here, Mully.
Oh my god!
That's part of the show so far, right there.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Mully, I love the way you start your videos now. You're like this.
Oh, with my teeth?
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
So just a little shout out to. Go ahead.
Hey, Pal Guitars is here.
Did you see my teeth, Rob? This is my doctor gave me the mold from when he made my crowns.
Nice, very nice.
Wow, those are your teeth.
Yeah.
You can the two front ones that look exactly the same as the ones in your mouth.
Well, they should. They're
Hey,
his.
good, John.
Jesus.
Is it real or is it Memorex?
It's Mully.
Why is thrash metal telling us about a 30-year-old tape he made? His
Oh, that's right.
original
You can
thrash
read that.
metal.
You can read that.
Is that what he had? Is that what he said?
Yeah, he says he's got an original slash metal tape he made 30 years ago, cassette, and it was the song was released on YouTube a little bit. Chodo, it was recently, I guess.
So read that in Japanese.
Watashi wa original no slash metal no 30年前のカセットを I can't read that kanji. Chodo YouTube no kyoku wo release shimashita.
In other words, you don't know who you messing with.
Arigato gozaimasu.
Mr. Roboto.
Holy crap! That's really impressive. Is that really what's there?
Yeah. What do you think? I'm just throwing words out of my mouth? Original no slash metal no 30年前のカセットを録音し、ちょうど YouTube の曲をリリースしました。Yeah, okay. 録音, so recorded. Okay.
Wow, that's good.
That's good,
That is
man.
pretty cool.
Good. He good at what he said.
Yeah. And you guys want to know something? You know, it's really interesting. He's rewritten it here in alphabet, right?
Yeah, phonetically.
And that's actually harder to read than the Japanese.
Well, for you it is, not for me.
Because my pronunciation automatically goes to English pronunciation as opposed to the Japanese sound of the letters. Watashi wa original. Yeah, it doesn't.
Now you sound like a Kentuckian.
Yeah. Watashi wa original no slash metal no 30年前のカセットを録音し、ちょうど YouTube の曲をリリースしました。
Damn,
Game show.
that sure sounds pretty.
That is awesome.
My wife just texted me, Mully, and said, I'm so jealous of Mully's ability to read and speak Japanese.
Well, you know, the thing is, I'm online all the time, and I never use Japanese online, and people actually wonder if I speak Japanese. Of course I do. I've been here 30 years.
30 years.
30 years. But why am I going to speak Japanese to an English-speaking audience?
Yeah, but I mean, you married a Japanese lady, so of course you're going to speak Japanese after all these years, you know?
You know, she actually speaks. She and I only speak English to each other.
It's broken, right?
Yeah.
It's like half Japanese, half English.
No.
Englishnese?
She doesn't like to speak Japanese to me.
Japanlish.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, but when you guys first started dating and obviously going out before you got married, I'm sure she taught you a lot of Japanese, I'm sure, right?
I bet she did.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've picked up quite. Oh, sure. I've picked up quite a lot from her, of course. Rob,
we're
what
getting
guitar?
off the rails quick.
Rob,
Well,
what guitar are we looking at? I only asked because I need to go. I need to go to the pool this morning, so I'm not going to be with you guys much longer.
Okay. Well, my came in today. You guys probably saw it on Instagram. I got it all put together today. Just needs to be strung up and wired and everything. But other than that, it's basically ready to go. This is the new 5150. This is the Chris Hubbard deal. I got the rubber dipped eye bolt here. You can't probably see it here, but if you see my Instagram, you can tell it's got all the grain marks here, and they swirl up underneath the 5 and the 0. They go all the way down here. It's pretty cool. It's the first one.
You have a light you can put in front of you or something?
Yeah, I know.
Actually, yeah, if you hold it at an angle, you can see the swirling underneath.
See that right there? See the swirl in there? Yeah, it's pretty cool. So it's got all the holes here. Obviously, this is the 7th tuning peg.
The modern day 5150.
Modern day, yep. Got the whale tail on it. Basically, all the hardware, other than the pickup, which is a PV Wolfgang pickup that I picked up, is all the same. Everything came out really, really, really good. Very, very happy with it. It's a so it's a Chris Lock body, and it's a Butala neck, which I'm really, really happy with. And I got all the stuff put on today. The string treat here is I have a real one coming, one of the real 70s era Fenders, but until that time comes out, this one.
Did you find a real one, or is it one of the ones that David?
It's one of the ones that Hubbs is having made. So that'll be
the one Dave's having made.
Yeah, we're all getting the same one, I think.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So it's got the 7 tuning peg. It's the Godot's down here, and then the 7th one up here is a Schaller double tab, obviously. The back of the body, again, it really came out really cool. Everything's pretty much spot on.
Sure. But, now, did he break the head in half and put it back together?
No, all that basically is just scored. It's scored with a knife.
Okay.
To look like that, so it only goes down maybe just below the surface of the.
Sure. Like it's cracked. That's amazing.
Yeah, it does. Did an awesome job on it. Definitely looks cracked. I spent, when I got home, of course, all the hardware was off it tonight. So when I got home from work, basically, I screwed the neck on. It's got the right neck plate. It's got the right serial number. Basically, put the neck on, put all the hardware on, mounted everything up. So it just needs to be strung up. But yeah, it feels amazing. Feels incredible. The back washer and eye bolt, I dipped those in rubber too, so those are the right ones. The only thing it's hard to tell, it's very difficult to tell if this has a set screw in it. Obviously, this one does, and it would make sense that this one did, but there's no way to tell. So until I can get some verification, I did not put a set screw hole in this one, but it is dipped.
Did you get the big screw as well? Did he send you the big screw
for
the that big forearm thing, the big bolt?
Oh, the big bolt for this? No.
Yeah.
No. But it does have the big nut jammed way up in there. So, but no, I'm never going to do that because that was only on this guitar in the 04 tour when it had a Strat neck on it. So to stick that on this guitar now with this neck on it, present day, would look kind of goofy. So I'm not going to put that in there. I wanted something of like if you were to go to 5150 today, and pick up Ed's 5150, that's kind of what I wanted this to look like and kind of play like. So it's kind of funny because up until about maybe 3-4 months ago, I never really cared about this actual version. I mean, I thought it was cool, but I was pretty much more than content just to keep the one that I had, which was the 88 OU812 version. And then I think Nick did one, and then Dave had his done, and then Chris did one, and I was just like, that is really cool. I really dig the skunk stripe pickup the more I looked at it. And then all of a sudden people started doing the thing here with all the, the grain and everything and all that. You can see it right there in the light. People started doing that, and I was like, that is really cool. And then one day, about 2 months ago, Chris messaged me, and he's like, hey, I'm going to do another one. Do you want this one? I was like, done. So the one that I had was a great 5150, and a really cool guy off VH Links who watches our show, Robert Cranston, was like, hey, I want that. So that ended up going to him, and Ended up, you know, ordering the neck, and then the body was basically already done. So yeah, it was definitely worth it. So I'm pretty excited. And the only other new guitar that should be coming in a few weeks, or a couple of weeks, I just sent the logos out to him today, the decals for Music Man. As you guys know, Craig Stofko redid my Axis EX, the green one, and it just, if you guys seen the stuff on Instagram, it is absolutely stunning. And I'm really, really pumped. It looks like he did a crazy kick-ass job on it, so I'm really excited. Molly, you and I were talking about that the other day.
Well, I tell you what, Rob, I talked to Craig the other night on FaceTime, because we've got something going on too at the moment, and he showed me your guitar in the room, as opposed to out in the sunlight. And oh my God, man, that it's a good color. That dark green looks much better than the. Just, I prefer the darker look to it rather than that bright look. But both of them look fantastic. Yeah.
I mean, you know, I looked at that guitar for the longest time, and I was like, you know, what should I do? Should I have this redone or not? I mean, here's a picture of it. I don't know if you guys can see that. That's it a couple of days ago.
Yeah, that's in the room. Yeah.
And I mean, it has a real vibrancy to it. You know, it just looks, I think it looks really cool. And I kind of hemmed and hawed, you know, should I bother doing it? Should I just kind of leave it as is? You know, it was a doll. I mean, Dave saw it. I mean, it looked cool. It had a crazy quilt to it, and it played amazing. But
it's just the same quilt.
Doll looked, it's just, yeah, exactly. But I'm glad I had it done. I mean, you know, to give Craig a little bit of kudos, you know, I mean, obviously Chris knocked this one out of the park for me for the 5150, and I'm just gonna, you know, I'm gonna blow smoke up Craig's butt here for a second. I mean, he knocked that out of the park, and I haven't even seen it in person yet. But I'm so excited. And not only that, he polished the block, he polished the bridge, he put a new toggle switch on it. Excuse me, a new input jack, polished all the hardware. Yeah, it should really be cool. So I'm pumped.
Are you going to do this to the neck?
You know, I didn't have the neck relicked just because I don't think Ed's neck is relicked today. Because I think they cleaned it, but
it's a lot. It's dirty. It's not relicked. It doesn't look like it did in '88, but it's dirty.
See, I love the look of that neck, Dave. That does look pretty awesome.
Hey, Rob.
Was it Ernie Ball that cleaned it?
Ernie Ball cleaned it,
yeah.
Hey, Rob.
Pissed, right?
There's a little bit of conversation out there. Why the 7 tuners? Go ahead and explain that, would you?
Well, from what my understanding is, I've heard this a couple of different, ways. After 88, the OU812 tour, and then when they played in Japan in '89. Sometime between that Japan show when they finished up and the Cabo Wabo show, right around the time, I believe, and Dave can correct me if I'm wrong, but right around the time that Ed was in talks with Ernie Ball or started working with him or began making a deal, the rumor is that what I've heard is Ed threw the guitar at Alex. They were in an argument. I've heard that, and then I've heard it just broke or whatever. There's a couple different things. However it happened, I don't know. But somehow the guitar headstock snapped, and it broke right on the crack line, basically because this guitar neck used to be a pacer neck. It used to be a chicken hawk neck, and Paul Unkert turned it into this neck. So it basically broke and cracked right on the seam where this was glued on. So the only thing we don't know is if when they fixed it, Ernie Ball repaired it, they say, and they actually put an Ernie Ball logo over the Kramer logo.
Right.
Because it was repaired here, they decided to put a 7th tuning peg here, which became the 6th tuning peg. And then this tuning peg was just added for looks. And it became it turned into a Schaller, and it had double tabs on it like this one does. Well, all the others are Godos.
That's almost exactly right. The only difference is, the only thing that is Eddie actually drilled the 7th hole where the E string was because the guitar was broken before they put this 7th tuner in.
Mm-hmm.
It was still broken, and the headstock was taped up.
Yep.
You remember at Cabo Wabo, the headstock was taped up with black tape.
That's right.
And he had the 7th tuner in. So Eddie did that work, or either he did, or whoever does his work, did that work for him? And then when the guitar got refretted at Music Man is when they fixed the headstock.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, see, I had heard that he put that 7th tuning peg there to reduce the string length from the nut to the tuner.
You mean to keep the pressure off the end of the headstock, you mean?
Yeah. Or to reduce the length reduce the length of the string from the nut to the headstock for breakage or something. I don't remember what the hell it's been.
Maybe.
Well, I mean, I don't know that he would have done it if the headstock wasn't broken.
Mm.
He just loved that neck so much. That guitar was his favorite guitar. You know, when he said he had the Music Man made from an old favorite neck of his, he's referring to that guitar.
Yep.
So,
do we know, Dave, the picture of Ed with the original Music Man that's floating around? We've all seen this picture. Ed with the original Music Man, that before the Axis came out, they were experimenting with the bodies. It had the single coil route. And remember, it was suddenly back at 5150?
mm-hmm.
Was the 7th tuner was on the guitar at that time, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah, and the Music Man logo was on at that time as well.
Okay, right. I think it's a fair statement to say that that this guitar still had some playtime to it. Even, I mean, you know, even after 04, because the one thing, and I'll just speak for myself here, that I did not know, and I didn't really even realize this up until about 3 weeks ago, talking to these guys and Chris and everything, I had no idea that Ed started dipping these eye bolts in rubber. No idea, not a clue in the world. And then one day, I didn't know
until you showed it a couple minutes ago that he did.
Yeah, same here.
I
thought, wow, Rob, that's a good idea.
I knew about it for a while, and I'll tell you why after you're done.
I was just going to say, if you look at the No Bozos pictures, it shows a picture of this one. And if you really look at it, you can see the rubber had worn off. And Dave's probably going to let Dave run with this one a little bit. But obviously the reason he did it was to reduce the noise of metal on metal. But the funny thing is once I realized that he did this on the 5150, I started digging back. And from the pictures I saw, and I've been going over these pictures with Chris and everything, Ed had started dipping these eye bolts in rubber back in 95. And he only did it in 95 and then up somewhere in between 04. I couldn't see anything in 98, the 98 tours, where any of the eye bolts were dipped, but I've looked back at balance pictures. There's a couple of pictures in the eye bolts of not his #1 5150 amber, but the Tiger Stripe 5150 amber, the Toronto guitar he played. The eye bolts were definitely dipped, and so was the red original PV that said PV Wolfgang underneath this area here. Those eye bolts were dipped, and so was his ivory one that he played in Japan and in Hawaii at the end of the tour. He dipped all those. So it was definitely something he was doing back in those days, and then he just kind of stopped. And also his original, remember the one that he played for the NAMM show, 95, 96, excuse me. He had the black Wolfgang and it had the white toggles, which was the prototype. Yeah, sure. Those were also dipped. But then he stopped doing it. So at some point back in those days, I'm thinking, and it just would lead to, it would just make sense that sometime back in those days, he was still messing around with this guitar, because if you look at the 92 pictures, 1992, you can clearly see in the Guitar Man that this bolt was chrome, or the eyelet was chrome. And then you look at the 97 pictures, and it was dipped along with a washer. So somewhere in that time, he did that to this guitar. Somebody did. So I guess my point being is Ed still messes around with this guitar, and he always has, and that's probably why it still hangs on his wall. And he went back to putting this neck on.
Okay. Now, when you say those things are dipped in rubber, are you talking literally Ed like melted down some rubber and dipped his pieces? Like, did he like cut a tire up in his backyard and throw it on the grill?
No, there's a can of actual rubber. It's
like a rubber coating.
It's a rubber coating that dries. What you dip it in. And it's like a dip. It's, like chocolate dip.
Like magic shell.
Sure.
Yeah, it's exactly like magic shell, but it's like rubber.
Yeah, the company's called Trojan, and no, I'm kidding.
Of course it is.
This is it here. It's called Plasti Dip, and it's literally a rubber dip. You get it at the hardware store, and you can dip your tools.
A rubber what?
You could dip your tools in it. What?
Yeah, you can dip your
dip your tool into the rubber.
Dip your tool in the rubber. Oh gosh!
You can have it permanently burned in.
That's it right there, though. It's called Plasti Dip. So any of you guys now that want to start dipping your eye bolts into this, do it for your replicas.
Do you think Ed used the rubber that Alex was lighting the match for the tires? That when you said the tire melted down the tire, that's what I thought of. What are you doing?
Yeah. Policeman pulls his gun and goes, "What are you doing?"
I'll be right back.
You missed the pre-show, Rob.
Yeah.
I kind of got an idea what you're talking about. Hey, you got your T-shirt on front ways now.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, since we're talking about it.
Yeah, that's right.
There it
Hey,
is.
John. Go.
Wrong guitar.
Oh, it's a Frankenstein.
That's cool. No, it's the same thing, though.
It's really not the same thing.
Well,
No,
I mean,
not at all.
it's an upside-down guitar. It's
Not even remotely.
Yeah.
Hey, Rob, I got a question for you, and yes. you too, Dave, and I guess Johnny, do you have a 5150? One of these like they have, not the EVH one.
I've got a GMW 5150.
Okay, so my question is to you guys, what case does that damn thing fit into?
An original Kramer case.
I've got an original Kramer case, but I put it in a gig bag.
I've got a Kramer case. I've got my original Kramer case is up in the closet.
Yeah, it'll fit in that.
It's in the closet.
It'll fit in the closet.
Huh? Mine came in a I don't know what it is.
A paper bag.
Yeah. Small sack.
Zach.
Dipping
Talking
your
about
tool.
tools and sacks and rubber dip and
Yeah. So talking about the rubber dip.
Come on.
Oh, man, I came back at the right time, boy. Yes.
Talking about the rubber dip.
The rubber Richard.
Wow.
So that takes me back. That takes me back to my favorite scene in Me, Myself, and Irene. Did you have fun last night? Woo-hoo!
Goodness gracious.
Wow. We're rolling. We're rolling, everybody.
We're rolling. Dude, the rubber dip.
There you go.
But this is the stuff, though. Seriously.
When I first found out, Kyle Finch, who makes these guitars also, and you know, we all know who Kyle Finch is. He's one of these guys, you know, that makes the bodies and necks and does this to it. Anyway, he came to me and he said, "What?" You know, he asked me what I thought it was because he showed me the original pictures that were on Ed's guitar. And I said, I don't know. They just, you know, I thought they looked like they were either painted black or they were just rusted. And he did the homework and found out that it was rubber dip. And he did it to his and showed me. And this was, I don't know, a couple months ago. Yeah. And I was like, I've got this knowledge now. No one really else knows, but it came out, you know. It's
cat's out of the bag. Do you think he stopped doing it because it wore out?
I think he stopped doing it just because it wore off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I just think it was too much work for something that probably wasn't going to be a permanent fix, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's why he only started doing it in ’95 up for maybe a couple years on a few guitars. And I don't know.
Why did he do it in the first place? Recording?
No, so you don't hear the clankety clank of the.
Well, that's what I was going for, like when you're recording or something. Yeah.
Or even live, because you hear that live. You hear the clinkety clank clanks live.
Yeah. Foreign filth.
I'm sure that's a band.
Filth, foreign filth.
Yeah, he was probably sick of like sitting there recording something, and the next thing you know, it's like rubber shavings is like on his like pants and guitar and stuff. He's like, well, that was a waste of time.
Well, I'm gonna find that picture that, you know, the one Dave's talking about, it's a perfect example of like what why I think he probably stopped doing it, just because it. Where is it? Let's see.
Okay, I want to tear apart my tremolo and dip it.
Here's a picture of the one on the horn, and you can clearly see the washer's black and the eye bolt's black, and you can see a little bit where it wore off to the chrome. But the better picture is the one. I'm gonna find it here in 2 seconds. The better picture is this one right here. So here's the one on the bottom, and you can see the washer is chrome.
Back it up a little bit, Rob.
The washer's chrome, yeah, and you can see the set screw, but you can also see right here where it wore. It's like the rubber dip just wore right off the eye bolt.
Right.
Oh man.
And I know we're totally geeking out over this stuff, but I mean, it's just one of those things where when I first saw it, I'll just speak for myself. I was like, "Whoa, you got to be kidding me! That's like rubber dipped," and you can tell it's not paint because it's in Kyle's room because it's too thick. It's like a chunk which wore off where the dog clip was rubbing on it. You know,
Ed put 27 coats of black on it.
Hey, maybe.
Oh man. Quick, Johnny, say something.
What?
Oh, I had no idea.
How many times have these guys said rubber dip tonight?
Yeah, let's really really pronounce the rubber dip.
Mm-hmm.
That could be a question for Steve. How many times?
Dip it, dip down, blue moon, blue moon.
I had a good
Dip,
question
dip,
for
dip.
tonight's show. So we'll have to, unless Steve, I know Steve was off last week, so he might be chomping at the bit to ask a new question. So we'll see. But I think I have a good one as well.
I think he has a whole thing planned. He sent us a whole list of what he wanted to talk about. So
yeah, and we're not a part of it, I'm sure. It's just don't worry, guys, I got it.
He should really learn how to do it. You know, the whole thing.
I kind of like that shirt backwards, actually, Johnny.
No, never teach. This group should never teach anybody how to do a live broadcast because we know how that turns out.
No.
All right, Johnny taught me how to do it, and I haven't done one yet.
Mm-hmm. No, you were live last night. You didn't know that?
What?
Everybody was watching you. You were sitting there.
Yeah, I was going.
Grating cheese.
Breaking cheese.
Grating something.
Cutting the cheese.
Yeah, cutting the cheese, right?
Yeah.
So Jay, what do you do? 150.
Thomas
Sorry?
says the secret word for tonight is rubber dip.
Yeah. That's what it sounds like to me.
The password. The password is.
It's going to be a drinking game later tonight with Steve Anderson.
Did you guys see that picture of Mike Tyson that I
No,
posted up?
no. Which
This is beautiful. You guys ready for this? Here you go. Here.
Kith.
yeah,
Yes.
Great.
that's funny.
Kith rules.
Good, clean fun.
You guys saw that other one, right?
Which one?
I saw somebody post. I saw one on Instagram or something the other day.
Oh, where the
Is that
where
the
the
one?
frick is it? Can you frickus? Go ahead, Johnny. I gotta find it.
Guys, I got this one. John, put me up here again. I got this one too. He says, I would do anything for you. And she said, hold on, where is it? Says, I would do anything for you. And she says, sell your guitar. And he kicks her off the cliff.
Oh man.
See, for me, it would have to be guitars, plural.
Yeah. And my favorite, I love this one. Here you go. He says, I killed a guy. How about you? And he says, I played bass with a pick.
He's sitting over on the other side.
That looks like me and Nesdal.
Oh my God!
I do play bass with a pick too.
It does look like you and Dave.
It does.
So the other Tyson one, we talk about, you know, the Kiesel guitars and stuff. And they have the two models, the headless models, the Zeus and Osiris. So here's, you play Kiesel, Zeus or Osiris.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Oh, that's very fun.
I like that. That's good. That's good.
Oh my God.
Hang on a sec, guys. I'm going to get another drink. Right back.
Well, I tell you what, guys, I need to get off of here and go do some swimming.
You need to go do some swimming?
I got to do some swimming. But before I go, I want to leave you guys with this.
Uh-oh.
You're going to fart. Is his middle finger up? Yeah, it is.
Wait, put it back
Wait a
up.
minute. Hold on. I got to get it up here. I got to get it
Oh,
up.
no. Whoa. What are we seeing?
It's a million.
Nice.
There you go. There you go.
I didn't know you could do a split that well.
That's awesome, Mo.
These will be available in Johnny Beane's web shop.
What percentage you taking, Johnny? 15, 20?
20%.
Oh.
20%.
20% of Johnny Third.
That's got to be a shirt, though, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Are you? I can't even see you. We just see me.
The whole back, man.
Sorry.
We just.
Stop the screen share. How do I do it? Damn it.
Wait.
There we go.
That should definitely be a shirt, though, dude. Those
wait a
do
minute,
look
no.
like your teeth.
They are my teeth.
Yeah, I'd wear one of those shirts, man. Those are cool.
My doctor was like, "You want this?" And I said, "Yeah, please." He brought my crowns out. And I said, "What is that? Is that the mold?" He said, "Yeah." And I said, "Are you going to throw that away when you're finished?" He said, "Yeah." "Do you want it?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "Are you serious?" I said, "Yeah, please put it in a bag."
You serious, Clark?
Where are the ball bags, Mully? The ball bags. Oh, I've got a ball bag here on the side. My bowling ball.
Tell me that one's not funny, guys.
Yeah. Now,
somebody show it.
now Kith.
That's kind of weird, but
No, because he used to like pigeons, remember?
I don't know anything about him.
There you go. You don't know anything about Mike Tyson?
Mike Tyson.
Yeah, he used
No.
to
Now, Kith.
now Kith.
He used to marry pigeons.
No. He used to have a
Mary?
we'll do a show on Mike Tyson later.
Yeah. My name's Mike Tyson. When I'm in the wing, we don't want nobody messing with me.
You should have left on a high note, Molly.
Damn, that means I have to stay.
Oh, that's good.
Well, I tell you what, guys. Seriously, I'm gonna go. I need to go jump in the pool and do some walking. The trials and tribulations of being overweight and trying to get in shape.
Well, you take care of yourself.
Thanks, guys.
Molly, good seeing you, man. Good talking to you.
Always great, you guys. I shall
Yeah.
catch you later.
I'll text you a word or two later, man.
Yeah. Don't overdo it, John.
Don't hurt your thumb.
Yeah. All right, guys. See ya. Good night.
See you
All right,
later.
see you, man.
See ya.
Oh, wow. Cool. Well, that was fun.
I feel like I just ran a marathon.
Mm-hmm.
A mullathon.
A mullathon.
An air mullathon.
Yeah. Yeah, that's got to be a shirt or something.
Oh yeah,
That logo.
the whole back, man.
That's good. So what? So Rob left. Okay.
Oh, now it's a regular show.
Wait, Rob's gone too.
He went to get something to drink.
He went to get his Steinberger, I hope.
That reminds me, I had to get something. Huh?
He went to get his
Steinberger?
Steinberger, I hope.
Mm-hmm.
His George Steinberger.
Mm-hmm.
That probably sounded like utter poop.
No, that was good.
Sounded like a bull in a china shop.
Speaking of George, though, Jay, did you ever have a George Foreman grill?
Yeah.
Pretty good, huh?
Yeah, they were.
Like anything you made on there was amazing.
I got the Foreman burger grill too.
Mm-hmm.
But we stopped using it. Dave's like, come on, man. We went this whole show without talking about food.
All right, I'm gonna airmail you some. I'm gonna airmail you stuff, both of you.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
You know, Hulk Hogan was the one that supposedly his story is he was given the opportunity to have that grill before George Foreman. And then his agent was like, no, that's ridiculous. And then they're still making George Foreman grills to this day.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good bit of useless information.
Yeah, Rob Johnson comes with it, and then, you know.
Damn.
That's right, Thrash Metal. Taco Cat spells Taco Cat backwards. What? Yes. So what? Any questions for Mully?
Oh yeah, did we miss any questions while
I haven't looked at all at this, so yeah, I'm sure we missed a lot of stuff.
I don't know. How many people we got watching? That's what I want to know.
75.
Yeah. Well, hey,
did we answer? We answered. So why the 7 tuners? Okay, yes.
Yeah. Now, the way Rob described that, he said that Unkert took the head of a different guitar and glued it on, and like I thought he just sanded it to like that shape.
No, it's a Strat headstock with the ball cut off. Fender headstock with the ball cut off. So it's like a chicken hawk. It's like, you know, the Kramer Pacer chicken hawk. And then what they did was they cut this part of the chicken, you know, this part off so that it's flat, and they cut this part off. And then they add 2 different big pieces of wood to it, and then shape it from that.
Wow.
So there's a piece of wood here for this shape, and then there's a whole piece of wood for this that comes out like this. Big piece of wood, and then they shape it like that.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and the original holes for the tuners, they're plugged, and you can actually see the plugs. You can see them, you know, through the paint. You can see where the actual old tuner holes used to be, and then they put new tuner holes in.
Wow, that's crazy. Johnny, can you mute Rob's microphone? All right.
If I mute him, maybe. Oh,
mute him till he comes back, because we were getting feedback.
Yeah.
What's he on the mate again? Must be drinking the whole bottle, making a drink.
Do they sell EVH striping kits for guitars, or does everyone just have someone custom paint them? They do not. I mean, I never heard anybody selling striping kits.
No, they don't sell striping kits. Pretty much everyone does their own work. So if you wanted it done, you'd have to do it yourself. or find someone to do it for you, but that's probably not going to happen.
And it's not allowed.
Right. Because of that.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hey, Rob.
Hey, what's up?
He's back.
Yeah.
So, Jay, I asked you earlier, but everybody was talking about other stuff. So, you going to do a 5150 sometime?
Eventually.
So, what's your favorite version, like, of all the versions, like the original one before the space tape? You know, the 86, 88.
It's the live the version he played on Live Without a Net. That is, in my opinion, the pinnacle of that guitar.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's a great version. The 86.
Because it's like it's still in good shape, but just worn to crap from playing it. It's not like destroyed yet, you know. And that's
yeah,
that's
it
what
doesn't have like a million holes in it and everything.
Yeah, and even the OU812 version, like to me, like you look at pictures of it and you're like, man, if he didn't switch from that guitar, like it just looks like it's, you know, ugh, you know, you wouldn't even want to touch it.
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty grimy. Yeah, you know, the 86 version is really good for sure.
Yeah, I love.
And my favorite version is the 88 version.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing it just a couple years later.
Yeah, that was always my favorite one too. And it's kind of strange because the only reason I never had any ambition to do this one. I mean, this version has been around for a long time now, basically. And ever since you guys started doing them, I was like, that's kind of cool. And then all of a sudden, just one day, it just hit. I was like, wow, it's like I just really like it. But I agree with Jay, though. You know, that 86, 87 era was just really cool. And I got to give kudos to, huh?
That's why I have two. I have one of each.
Yeah. I got to give kudos to Craig, though. You know, he was one of the only ones, I think. I mean, unless there's some folks out there that have done it, we wouldn't know. But he did the version right in '83 when it was first made, before the space tape, before it went on tour.
But it's not ready yet. He doesn't have. It's not put together yet, so it's not. We can't talk about it until the guitar is a guitar. It's just a painted body right now.
I asked him yesterday when I was on the phone talking to him, like, hey, when are you going to finish that thing up? And he's got the neck coming from Scott, and then he'll have it together. But it's kind of a cool version, you know.
Because I know I was toying with the idea or the options of like, when I do it, should I do it relic or should I do it, you know, original, just, you know, brand new with the space tape, but just not relic or anything.
Right.
And then a couple of days later, I was like, why would I even contemplate? Like, that guitar to me doesn't look like that guitar until it looked played to hell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like when I see pictures of him, you know, on tour, like, you know, on the '84 tour with it, it doesn't look like that guitar yet to me, in my eyes.
Right. Yeah.
So.
I agree. You guys know that picture of Ed? I have it on my phone, but it took me forever to find. I have a poster of it in my room. You know that picture of Ed? It was in the Japan magazines where he was wearing the white tank top with a headband, the camo shorts, and he's holding it. It was like 85 era. Mm-hmm. That's like kind of a cool, kind of reminds me of what Jay's talking about. It had made it through that whole first tour, just about started getting the wear here. Wasn't nearly as much as this, but just kind of started wearing through. Had that little nick right here. Couple other little pieces, you know. It's like that was kind of a cool version. Neck was dirtied up a little bit, you know.
This one, I just saw that picture right earlier. Yeah.
He has the John Rambo hair on that.
I know. Yeah, well, that was the year. Those were the Rambo years. Yeah.
Play Kramer.
Not me.
I've got another one too. So here.
So the only thing I'm contemplating doing to this guitar is putting the whale tail on this one and putting this bridge on the other guitar.
Oh, that's not the whale tail. Oh, that's the '84.
It's 84. Yeah.
What's funny is Rob just put that guitar down like it didn't have any kind of wear on it. He was like real careful with it. I'm like,
I know, I got to be so careful with it. I might get a ding in it. It's funny. I bring it down to my guitar tech on Sunday, the guy that puts all my stuff together. If it's all together, it just needs to be I mean, the neck may need a shim or whatever, this or that. You know, just have the pickup wired, the jack, and just have intonate. Because I mean, whenever I build, I could do it, no problem. But this guy's just perfect, and he knows all the little tricks. So what would take me probably 3 hours to get playable would, you know, take him maybe 45 minutes to get perfect. So it's just as easy for me to go down and pay him 25, 30 bucks, you know, to set it up how I want it, and it'll be perfect, nice low action and everything. I mean, if I was going to see Dave, I'd let Dave do it because I know Dave could do it. But what I'll do is I'll give it to him. I'm like, hey, dude, just be careful. Don't put any scratches in it, okay?
Yeah, wear the Mickey Mouse gloves. Do not.
He would scratch DN into it.
Yeah,
like into like some little corner of it. Hey, look, so here's the other. Actually, you sent me this picture, Rob.
Yeah,
you sent me this one.
That's a cool one. That's
it's a picture of. It's actually a picture of you looking at the picture.
Is it really?
Like, yeah, you're like sitting there in a chair. Remember you texted.
Oh yeah, I was outside. Yeah, I was outside in my back porch. Yeah, the one I have is he's actually holding it like the first picture, but he's turned his head. And he's taking a puff of his cigarette. That's the poster I have.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Yeah, but it's the same exact photo shoot. It's all they're all the same.
Mm-hmm.
Hey Dave, Jim Nicholas asks, hey now, didn't Paul Unkert use the wood from his bed for the headstock?
His grandfather's bed. He used the wood from his grandfather's bed, and it was birch.
Oh, Jesus.
Guys, I apologize if this thing starts making noise for a second. I'm trying to bring up my chat. Just it'll be quick, so I promise.
You got your download queue running wild, huh?
Huh? Jim Nicholas says, Johnny Beane, did Ed just have the Charvel neck on the 5150 for the 2004 tour? Doesn't Don Johnson have a front row picture of it?
We got to get Don Johnson on to see if he does.
We have Don Johnson on.
We got Ron, Don.
We got Ron Johnson on, yeah. What's up, Vinny?
Vinny.
He's back. Where's his front?
Oh. Do you have that front row shot of it, Don?
Shot of it.
Jim Nichols' question though was pretty cool because I mean I was talking to a friend of mine the other day on that, you know, the 2004 tour. There's a really cool picture of the 5150 body sitting on a table, just a body like this with a neck off of it. And that's where you can see what the paint looked like in the neck pocket, which is kind of cool because nobody had ever seen that before. And that, we believe, Dave, you and I talked about this, that's basically when you know, they put that Strat neck on it, the Charvel neck. Yeah. But it only lasted that one tour. Mm-hmm. And then at some point after that tour, you know, he threw that neck on it that had a striped fingerboard. Yeah. And then the original one went back on. So that could, like I said, I keep coming back to that guitar has to be still, like his Music Man, his Amber, has to be one of his go-to guitars. I mean, he even says in the Guitar Aficionado magazine, he goes, the guitar still sounds great. You know, and that's still sitting on his main wall. The Amber one is, his purple Music Man is, and so is the PV Wolfgang, the Tobacco 5151. Those are like still his go-to, like, you know, like historical, I guess you would say, guitars, along with the Frankie, of course.
Well, you know how they say that the neck is worn like around that 4th fret area? It's mm-hmm. like, you know, there's a picture I saw last week, and I meant to save it and send it to you guys, where he's like, I think he's at his keyboard or something, and there's a camera. The shot is coming down, and he just has his guitar, you know, around his shoulders, and you can perfectly see down the neck, you know, from up top at an angle. And I don't know if it was just camera trick or not trick, but you know what I mean, just the angle it was at or whatever, but you could totally see like it was just worn out in here.
Yeah, you know? I think it's a camera trick because the area that they talk about on that guitar is on the underneath part of it. It's on the underneath part, not the top part.
Okay.
I mean, not the part that you would see from top. It's on the underneath. So I don't think that was it. I think that's camera.
But yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It's really like just a small divot from like where his thumb would be. It's no bigger than the size of your thumb, and it's just a little indentation. That's all it is. Because if you've played any Music Man guitars, that's what it would be. That's what it would feel like. It's just a tiny indentation.
Oh, I gotta try one, man.
What are you guys laughing at?
I don't either.
I'm laughing at Jim Nicholas. I'm laughing at his.
Gene Simmons.
This is Gene Simmons of Kiss.
On Miami Vice. So
yeah,
Rob's got the farting chair.
Yeah, I know. So Jay, how long have you had that Ivory Wolfgang?
Was it been 2 months now?
Yeah, I saw the video when you were kind of showing it off. And how do you like it? Isn't it awesome?
Oh yeah, it's really, really good. Feels
now,
great.
Do you have the same thing happen with you when you pick up? It's the weirdest thing. I don't know if you experience this or not, because basically my Ivory is that exact guitar too, essentially, or very similar to it. I just had it relic, of course, and then I had the Stealth. But do you pick up that guitar and play it and just love it, and then pick up your Stealth and the same exact thing? It feels amazing, but it just feels a little different, not in a bad way.
Well, I can't do that anymore because I got rid of my Stealth.
Oh, you don't have the Stealth. Okay. Now, okay, so do you notice a difference between the two of them at all?
Well, out of the, let's see.
You should start by prefacing. You should start by saying that that's the Japanese one.
Yeah, this is the Japanese version.
Yep.
Well, this one out of because I have the Mexican striped one back there, right? And out of the 3 necks between the Japanese or the Mexican neck, the Japanese neck, and the USA neck, which I don't have anymore, the Japanese neck feels closest to the USA neck, and both of them are better than the Mexican neck. So, but yeah, I mean, this guitar feels almost as good as the USA version. That's probably why they stopped making them at this quality, because holy crap.
Yeah, they were so good. Yeah. That's a beautiful.
Can you see got the hot rodded Floyd?
Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah, oh, you got an original on there. Nice. And you got the stainless screws and the titanium nuts. Yeah, nice. And
then obviously, you know, like all of us.
Oh yeah.
The BBB, the big brass bar, the triple B.
Big brass. Okay, so now the
and hold on. And also, I don't know if you could tell this, but the Japanese bodies, they weren't rooted out enough.
Right.
So you see
it hits the wood, yeah.
Yeah. So I used a Dremel, and I can't believe I didn't ruin my guitar, but I Dremeled it out, and look,
that's
now.
Clean. Look at that.
Yep. It goes down almost all the way to the bottom.
And that's nice. And then you break it. But when that block rests on the wood like that, seriously, I believe that adds sustain. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Now, are you going to put a kill switch in that?
Oh.
Johnny,
I didn't say it.
Yeah. A stutter switch?
A stutter switch, yeah.
We call them stutter switches.
Okay.
You know, if I did, I'm really, as the more and more I play the Wolfgang guitars, the less and less I like the toggle switch up here.
You like a Music Man, like down lower? You mean?
Well, no, I don't like them here, but I prefer just, you know, like an Ibanez, like right here.
Yeah.
You know, so I guess if I were to do anything to this guitar, which Johnny and Dave have kind of talked me out of, I would put the tone knob. No, I'm joking.
That's actually not a bad idea, actually.
A stutter switch up there or something like that, and then move the pickup selector down here to the tone knob and just get rid of the tone knob because I don't use it.
You know what's funny is I was looking at a Guitar World magazine from '96 the other day. It was a.
Oh, that's not the. Actually, I'm laughing at what Jim Nicholas says. That's
death switch. Hit the wood. Jim, you're classic, dude. I got to give you credit, bro. I was looking at a Guitar World magazine from '96 the other day where Ed was just had the prototypes made. It was still on the Balance tour, and they interview him with the Wolfgangs, and he's got his black prototype, you know, PV, the one that he played, you know, for the '96 NAMM thing with the white toggle switch. And anyways, you know, they hadn't come out yet, hadn't released him yet. He wasn't even sure if they're going to be at NAMM. He was talking about, you know, they were asking him, you know, like, oh, I see it's got a tone switch, and Ed was like, no, it's going to be a separate volume for the, you know, for the pickup. And Hartley and I had this issue, but I'm going to win. It's my guitar, and of course, Ed lost. But it's funny because I never could understand this. Ed says the guy asked him, why did you move the toggle switch from down here up top? And Ed's comment was, well, it always seemed to get in my way down there. And for the life of me, I could never, how the hell does it get in your way down here? What are you doing down here? Up here, it gets in your way. Yeah, but it's way up here. I mean,
people strum differently. Like, I know Petrucci likes his up there too. Yeah. And a lot of people complain, like if you get a little, you know, crazy and you know, play differently,
yeah,
I would not like it there at all.
I can see that. I never thought of it that way. I guess you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I hit it one time.
On your Music Man?
On the Music Man down there, just once.
Just one time.
Like you do a certain strum and knocked out of place. Yeah, just one time.
I guess that makes sense. I always thought of Ed, you know, resting his palm on the bridge the way he plays. But then again, like Jay said, you know, I mean, depending on what you're playing, you're right. A lot of people will kind of shift up higher. But I guess I see that now. I would always think the way he taps, I would think it would get in his way. And, you know,
I hate it where it is now. The only saving grace is that the bridge position is upward, because when you're tapping, it hits you right in the wrist.
Yeah.
You know, if you're tapping.
Right.
That's why I don't understand why you like it downward. Why you like the bridge pickup downward, Chad?
Well, I'm getting used to it because I didn't switch this one. This is, you know.
Oh, that's right. It's backwards.
Yeah, this neck is down, bridge is up.
Yeah, that's the way it should be.
Well, that I'm getting used to it now. But on the striped one, remember I had you leave it. Yeah. Oh. You know, just because I'm used to down being, you know, down is that pickup, up is that pickup. I'm just used to that. Like on the striped.
Keep it down and do some.
Oh yeah, I know it's in the way.
Right away. Yep. Right away.
And that's how the Music Man was. The Music Man was down was the bridge and up was the neck.
But it makes sense. It's really the way it should be, but it's just in the way when it's like that.
Right.
When the switch is on the top horn.
Yeah. So Jay, you actually left your striped one the way it came to the factory. So down is bridge and up is the neck.
Yes, and when I had these the USA signature model, I had that rewired. So it was down was the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, I don't have that one anymore. So
hey Clayton, how you doing, bud? Yes, today is Frankenstat Friday. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
It's 5150 Friday.
Oh, it's 5150 Friday.
Fun 50 Friday today.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Jay, I got to give you kudos. That Mean Street tapping thing you did on Instagram a week or so ago was killer. That was awesome.
Oh, thank you. But yeah,
awesome.
I'm mad at myself. I almost said a different phrase, but I missed. It's funny. I did that video, and then a couple days later, right? I'm just in the kitchen, and I have you know, like my Van Halen playlist, just you know, on random, and Mean Street comes on, right?
Yeah.
And in my head, you know, I'm just tapping along with it in my head, and I'm like, whoa, what is going on? There's an extra note in there I'm missing. And lo and behold, I came up the next night, grabbed the guitar, pulled Mean Street into Pro Tools, slowed it down, and I'm missing a note, man. So I got to redo it.
So do it now.
Sounded good to me.
No, it sounds good, but
go ahead. Go ahead, do it now, smart ass. Go ahead.
Do it.
No, this guitar is too hard to play. The action's too close on this thing to do it, man.
Try it.
Do it.
No.
Pop the trunk.
The other guitar. How about that?
Do it. Pop the trunk. Do it.
I gotta get the striped one. Hold on.
Pop the trunk.
Do it. I'll take a gin and tonic. Do it.
How many times can these two guys say "do it" to each other?
Starsky and Hutch, baby.
Yeah, love it.
That's so good. I got to give Ben Store credit on that one, man. Oh wait, hold on. We got to do the Johnny. We got to do the 89 thing.
Bop the trunk.
Yeah.
There's one more thing you got to do to that guitar to make it more realistic as well.
What's that, buddy?
In here, on the neck itself.
Yep.
You see this area here?
Yep.
You gotta round that area out so that it's not so square like you have it. Because Eddie's guitar is rounded out. So Unkert did that to his guitar.
I think
it's not done.
You sure? Because mine, it looks like yours.
No, it's gotta be. You gotta get. It's right here, right in this area here.
Yeah.
In this area here, not here, not in the very corner, but here, in this area. It's got to get rounded out.
Okay. I thought Butala did that.
Uh-oh. It's going.
I know he did up here in the back of the headstock.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. That's correct.
Okay. I'll have to check. I'll have to do that.
Oof.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Okay, go ahead, Jay. Let her rip, baby.
No, hold on a second.
Come on. Let's go.
That is a cool guitar.
Come on, freak for all.
Johnny, you still got your GMW, don't you? That's relic a little bit, isn't it? Your GMW, because that's a pretty accurate copy.
Sort of. Yeah, I mean, I got the relic version of it, I guess.
You still play that guitar?
And then late one night, I took like a chisel to it and did some more relicing myself.
Yeah.
Which looks awful.
He wanted to be different.
Do you remember that, Dave?
Yeah, I do.
Like 3 in the morning.
Yeah. He wanted to make it look like this guitar or these.
Wait, did you really?
And he did. Yeah. He did a number on it, all right.
Like 3 years ago, before I lived here, I remember. I was like, just like, you know.
No way.
Yeah, way.
Long time ago. Yeah. But real quick, Rob, I found that picture you were talking about the close-up of the guitar on the table.
Oh, yeah. Did you get your new phone?
Right there.
Oh, that's the one. Yeah.
There
That's the one. Yep.
There it is.
Nice.
No.
That's Ed's?
What?
That's Ed's right there?
Yeah.
Let me see that again, please.
Yeah, before the 2004 tour,
they were putting it
some company worked on it.
Wow.
Oh, Jim Nichols just asked a question. Hey, Ron, who makes that neck? Okay, so I said it earlier, but you might not have been in the chat. This is a Butala neck. The company's called Butala, and it's a lock body. And again, the music craft stuff is awesome. It's amazing. I love Scott Smith's stuff. He does awesome, no doubt about it. And most of my stuff is, but I want to try something a little different this time because I heard that the Butala necks, Chris was telling me they sanded the back down here to make it like what Dave was always talking about, because Eddie's were always real thinner and that nobody else does that. So this is a Butala neck, and it feels very much like a music craft. It's a 5150 style, obviously. It's got the nickel frets and asymmetrical shape. It's just like Ed's. But I gotta say, it feels just like a music craft. It feels amazing, nice and smooth.
Headstock looks great. Headstock looks right, and the placement of the tuning peg holes is correct.
Yeah, I noticed that exactly.
Right, whereas on the music craft, it's not.
Right, and I'm glad I went with this, and I gotta say, it fit in the neck pocket of this lock body amazing. It's almost like a perfect fit. So I'm kind of pumped about it. So should get it strung up here pretty soon. But go ahead, Jay's been waiting to play Mean Street here.
Come on, do it. You wanted me to play it, so it's tuned down a half step as well.
What are you playing through?
My little Yamaha
nice.
THR5. So
That was open your mouth at the end. You gotta...
That sounded perfect.
That sounded awesome,
except for the end part, I messed up the hammer on to the.
No, you didn't.
Yeah,
that sounded awesome.
So where's the note? Where's where's the one note in there?
So the way I was playing it was this. It's the second half of this part. It's harder to play it slower, I think.
I know.
Actually, hold on. I'll play it the right way, and then I'll play it missing the note.
Okay.
That's the right way. There's an extra 12th fret hammer on. So here's the old way I was playing it. See, I can't even do it. I learned it the new way, and now I'm screwed. So.
Well, it sounded. How fast can you play that?
I don't know. But it's funny when I was telling these guys a few weeks ago, it's easier to play that on a neck that doesn't have really, really good action. Because the closer you get, the harder it is to get some of those to really, really ring out really nice, you know?
The lower the action, the harder it is. It's funny you said that because I was just playing that the other day. I was playing it on my my Frankenstrat, and I love my Franken because it's got a nice low action. But I couldn't hit the doo-doo. I couldn't hit those notes. I was hitting them, but they weren't ringing. And then I went and did it on my my Music Man, which has got higher action, and they were ringing out great. You're right. It definitely does.
And a lot of it is too is, I mean, when you listen to the original, I mean, Eddie was on another planet when he was doing the original, or in that time period. But I mean, there like nothing else is ringing out when he's hitting every single string, and it's the same thing. Like when the action's super, super close, other strings are ringing out because you're trying to.
Right.
You know, it's crazy, but yeah, it's a lot easier when your action is a little higher. So I raised the action on this guitar just for that reason.
Well, it's funny you said that because Dave, you and I were just talking about this yesterday. People think that Eddie's action was always low. It has been low since the PV Wolfgang days and maybe sometime in the Music Man days. But in the Kramer days, in the Frankenstrat days, he was playing on a very high action. Because I have and the reason we know this is because what Jay just said, the way his notes were ringing out, he's a master muter, no doubt. He can mute stuff, you know, amazing. He's a master player, of course. But
you said master player, right?
master player. But I have an interview with Sammy, and it's I forget which one it is. Sammy
it's on the inside. It's in the inside.
It might be.
On the inside.
And Sammy actually says, he says in the interview, I was just looking at it maybe less than a year ago, and he goes, Ed, you know, when I play your guitar, it just feels so alien to me. He goes, your bar feels like it's broken because it has that. And he says, your action is so high. And that was his 5150 guitar. He was talking about the 5150. So Ed played on a very high action guitar back in the 70s and 80s, and he went with a low action in the 90s. From what I've read.
I remember that. That might have been from the Guitar Player.
Was that the one that says Sammy Drills Eddie? Sammy Drills Eddie. Remember that? I know we're joking, but Sammy Drills Eddie, but that's what it says. It says Sammy Drills Eddie. That might have been the interview one where
it was either from that one or it was from the one with where they're talking about when Eddie was playing bass on Sammy's record.
Yes, that was the one.
Might have been that one.
Yeah. The 88 one. Yeah.
87.
87 on the Never Say Goodbye album. Yeah.
We're not nerds.
You're right, Johnny. That was the one. Yeah. He goes, Eddie, your guitar feels so alien to me. Your bar feels like it's broken, and your action is way too high for me.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what's funny though? Johnny and Dave, we talked about this before about that action in that same interview with Sammy and Eddie. I mean, when you watch Live Without a Net during his solo, the Mean Street part when he has that whole extra, you know. Like his action looks super duper close when they're like zooming in and stuff. It's like, I mean, I don't know, maybe different things, you know, but.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was also a different era.
Oh yeah.
It was, yeah. You know, the frets on his guitar might have just been crowned, or they may, you know, they were definitely higher. So the action may have seemed lower, but as he used the guitar, if he didn't get it refretted, because from what I hear, that guitar wasn't fretted very many times. So you know, it wasn't refretted until it went to Music Man. So you know, as the more he used it in '88, the frets were super low, but the action stayed the same, which made the action high.
Mm-hmm. It's nuts, man. The fact that we're still talking about this guitar and, well, not this guitar, that guitar.
Well, it's, you know, it's our Frankenstein. You know, it's you know, the guys from '78 always, the guys that know Van Halen from the first record always think of the black and white guitar as the main guitar,
the Holy Grail, yeah.
And then our generation always thinks of this guitar as the guitar over the Frankenstein. So yeah, this is the guitar that we talk about.
Yep. Oh, I'm not knocking us for doing it. I'm just saying it's just amazing the impact that those guitars have had on, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's no secret, I love the Frankenstein, but this one is clearly my favorite of all the guitars Eddie's ever used.
Yeah, me too. And you know, and Jay said it too. He was just like, you know, Live Without a Net back a little while ago. You know, it's funny. I still I have a million different, you know, live videos and DVDs and audios. I mean, that's how Johnny and I met over 20 years ago. But I turn on Live Without a Net, and it's just like, I feel like a little kid in a candy store again when I ever see that. I see that guitar, and I'm just like, what? It's just something about that 5150. And like Dave said, I love the Frankenstrap. I love the black and white. I love all the Eddie guitars, and I wouldn't ever want to be without them. But if I had to get, you know, stranded on a desert island for 10 years, this would be the guitar I would want. This is my favorite guitar, Eddie guitar, and this is the guitar that made me want to play guitar.
No. If you were to be stranded on an island for the rest of your life, you would want the original, the real 5150.
No, you wouldn't, because it's unplayable.
And a Russian girlfriend.
Oh.
My stomach.
I'd want an acoustic guitar. So I
hate acoustic guitars. You know, and just to go back to this guitar a little bit, my love affair for this guitar started the very minute I saw the world premiere of the Panama video, because that was the first time you saw this guitar, was on that video. Unless you were on that tour, unless you saw that tour, the first time anyone ever saw this guitar was the Panama video. And the second that I saw a Strat body with a Gibson Explorer headstock, I was like, oh my God, lightning struck.
Yeah.
And it was the coolest guitar I've ever seen. Mm-hmm. And that's why I love this guitar over anything else, because it's a Strat body with an Explorer headstock. It don't get cooler than that.
You know, what's kind of funny is you talk about that, and actually just before that guitar came out, you know, when Ed started his endorsement deal with Kramer, is when the Kramer Ad Frankie came out, and that was the first guitar that Kramer, you know, threw that hockey stick neck on. And
yeah, but you didn't see that if you didn't go to that tour. If you know, you certainly didn't see it on video. No one knew about that guitar back then, unless
if you didn't live in Brazil.
Yeah, the only way you knew about that guitar was if you saw the Brazilian shows.
Right.
South America. If you had to be in South America at the time.
Yeah. So go ahead.
No, I'm just going to say, my point being, like Dave said, though, if you know, he only played that guitar in the South American leg of the Diver Down tour. And if you guys read the book Running with the Devil, which I just finished a couple weeks ago, awesome book, amazing book, I loved it. That South American portion of the end of the Diver Down tour wasn't even scheduled. It was a last minute thing. Hey, by the way, we're going to South America for 1 month, and we're going to do all these gigs. And the band was like, really? Okay. So that was right, you know, and Ed brought that, you know, he played that Kramer ad Frank exclusively. But like Dave said, nobody ever would have.
He didn't want to bring the Frankenstein to South America. He left it home. God forbid it got stolen.
That's, but he loved that neck on that body, and he was just like, "Whoa, that's so cool!" And it was literally a couple of months after they got back, the Kramer 5150 was built, and that was that love affair of that like Dave said, that Gibson headstock with a strap body.
But the thing is, you know, the Madison Square Garden show in '82, backstage, he used the Frankenstein for that show, but backstage he had the Music Zoo Vitas Garolitis guitar, which he gave Vitas, and he had the Kramer ad guitar. I have pictures of him, Rudy Lauren, and Vitas holding those 3 guitars.
Right. Rudy's got the Kramer ad. Eddie's got the Frankie.
Yeah.
He's got the Vitas. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. There's that other guitar too, Dave. You and I were talking about this the other day, and Johnny and Jay, you've probably seen this. Everybody calls it the Kramer auction guitar, and it looks exactly like the Kramer Vitas guitar, but it's got the EVH, it's got the Eddie signature on the end of the headstock.
Yeah, it's in LA. That guitar is on the West Coast.
That guitar, there's a YouTube video on that, and I never realized how much wood grain was on that body. I mean, it is like just. It looks like it literally never even got finished. There's actually a YouTube video of Paul Unkert inspecting that guitar. Is that the one? Oh yeah, in some guy's house or something. Yes. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Sounds like the beginning of a movie. Never mind.
Are you sure that video is still around? I thought that video was
not around. I tried looking. I've been looking for that video for quite a while. It's off, but it's Paul Unkert saying that it's actually one of the guitars that he made for Ed.
I saw it a long time ago when it was on YouTube.
Yeah, me too.
Mm-hmm.
The YouTubes?
YouTuber.
On the YouTubes.
Uh-huh.
That's a cool guitar. I'd love to do a replica of that. I always like those guitars that has the Kramer logo like going down on an angle instead of going across. You know, and like Dave's got a Vitas replica that he did, which I think is amazing. And I've kind of always thought about doing that one, but then I saw that other one. I was like, oh man, I'd love to do like a Vitas clone. Like the Vitas guitar is the sister to that auction guitar. They're both like brother and sister. They're so similar. Yeah. But you would have to find a body that had all that, you know, wood grain. I'd literally have to order a body and say, just make it as grainy as you possibly can. You know, the most grainiest piece of basswood you can possibly give me. You know, and that would be the way to do a replica like that.
Well, do you want to show a picture of that guitar? So
yeah,
see what that looks
I have one. Let me pull it up here.
Let me put this down and I'll get my replica.
Just throw it back there. You won't even notice the difference.
Throw it, Dave. Throw it.
He throws it behind him, and Desiree's arm comes out from, grabs it,
just like this, just over his head, behind him.
Yeah. Over the body throw.
Guitar tech extraordinaire.
All right, hold on.
This amp does sound awesome, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Also, by the way, you guys. By the way, if you join us over in the Discord, where is it? Ah, there was some cool pictures I posted over there. Some early scene Eddie pictures with the 5150 and yeah.
And yeah.
Hey Johnny, can you present me?
Presenting.
All right, this is a. And we got our soundboard. All right, here's the YouTube video, and it might not come out perfect, but you guys will see what I'm talking about. Did you know that hold on.
Oh.
Come on.
You might not be able to do this.
It's a YouTube. We should be able to. Because they can see it.
One of the most famous guitars in the world. maybe the most famous electric guitar in the world. I mean, it's going to be in the top 2 or 3. Eddie Van Halen is considered the greatest guitarist probably who ever lived. He's right up there with Hendrix. There are people that argue Eddie's the guy. This is the Kramer Frankenstrat. So he really took a Kramer and ripped it apart because he wanted a certain sound. And that guitar is still in Eddie's collection. It's priceless. It's worth millions of dollars. Then there was a second guitar, again, handmade by Eddie, called 5051. It's in his collection.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, don't laugh. Come on.
Hey, guys, look at the grain. Look at the grain.
Don't laugh at him.
This is one of the 8.
Look at the wood grain.
You can see how crudely made these were.
Isn't that crazy?
Then, Eddie had specific requests for the guitar. He wanted certain things done to it, and he wanted the varnish and finish taken off the back, and he realized just different techniques he could use to make the guitar sound the way he wanted to. When you look at this, it's literally ripped apart. That's why it was called the Frankenstrat.
No, John, that's not the ad guitar. That's the auction guitar.
Medical provenance, a letter from Eddie's guitar tech, a letter from the guy who actually made it. It's $100,000 to $150,000, but it's probably one of the most single important popular culture.
It's a Power Ranger guitar.
Yeah. Look out! There's a guy behind you.
Look out, eh?
That guy's standing there like real quiet,
So that is the 5051.
ready to grab.
Yeah, the 5051 guitar.
51 guitar. But
I'm looking at it in the mirror.
I'll kid aside though, do you guys see the grain on that thing? It's just like,
that's swamp ash. That's swamp ash.
Did you see that Power Ranger back there?
That's what I want.
that's what I had today. It was so hot.
Was that a suit? Was there an actual guy in there?
You had swamp ash?
It was so hot today and sticky. I had swamp ash.
So that guitar was auctioned off, right?
Yeah, for 65 grand.
Somebody owns that. I'm thinking some of that went towards Jason Becker actually.
Oh, really?
To help him. Yeah.
Awesome. That's cool. That's awesome.
I think. Yeah. Yeah. The sale or the auction of that guitar.
If you look at that guitar and the Vetus guitar, they both, like I said, they look like brother and sister, really. Like the one Dave's got right there. They're so similar.
That's the Vetus guitar. It's striped exactly the same way.
The only difference is the black stripes in the back are a little different. Dave, now what kind of neck and body is that?
It's a lock body and a music neck.
I think somebody's going to slow that down later.
Dave's tuning me well. These tuning pegs came off an '82 Kramer, a real, an old one.
Johnny, Hey, is this in tune?
Sounds like as is.
Huh? Did somebody say plastic? What? Oh, man. Yeah. So anyway, go over to the Discord. Here's a picture I posted over there. Pretty cool.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
That's a cool one, huh?
Now, was that from the Miami show? Obviously the outside show. Was that the Miami show in '86?
I'm not that much of a dork. Does it say Jay?
The Boston show.
Does it say where that was taken?
Didn't he wear this at the Boston show?
Didn't he wear this outside one time? You guys
remember those? They called them jams back in the 90s.
Yeah.
Jams. Yeah.
Yep. And you better hope that the wind didn't blow a certain way when you were wearing them, because woo!
Look at there's his pass right there. This is Van Halen. Those are cool pants.
Yep.
Why did Eddie need a pass?
I have a yellow one.
I should use this guitar more. It's a good guitar.
Yeah. Texas, maybe? John Beale says. Might have been Texas.
Tejas.
Actually, John, do you think that was the show where was that? No, not different tour.
What?
Everybody's busy.
Yeah, you can't touch this pants.
I'm watching.
Mm-hmm. So what? It's 7 o'clock out here, where it's still light out.
So Johnny, you jamming that strap back there?
I'm the only one that can say that. Huh?
You still jamming on that strap back there?
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
There it is.
Johnny broke out the 84 Kramer a couple of days ago on his vlog. That was pretty cool. Changed the string for us.
Mm-hmm. I busted a string. Yeah. I was recording with that guitar, and I snapped a string. So
wait, live when you were live?
No. Oh gosh.
Bow, bow.
Nah.
So Dave, when are you gonna get me that green PV? You're gonna work a deal out for
that guitar?
Yeah.
You got to get me stuff for that. My favorite one. You can't have it.
How about for the purple Kramer?
You got to give me more than that for that guitar. For that and the Steinberger.
Oh, come on. The Steinberger's a $6,000 guitar itself.
$6,000.
The Steinberger's too small to count as a guitar.
Yeah.
John, you're right. Texas Jam 86. That's what I was trying to. I was thinking Miami, but John, you're right. It was a Texas Jam. There's actually a YouTube video out, or YouTube. It's a video, but it's only got the audio, and it's got backstage the commentators talking about Van Halen's coming out. They're coming. Yeah, that was it. It was a Texas Jam. Yep. That would have been a cool show to see live. I wish I could have seen that. Here's a question for you. Okay, I got a question for each one of you guys. Johnny, you're up first. And it's the same question for all you guys. Johnny, if you could go back in time, if you could see Van Halen in one tour, doesn't matter what show, probably your hometown, whatever. But if you could go back in time to one Van Halen tour and see one show live, front row, which tour would it be? You got 5 seconds to answer the question.
Oh, gosh.
Back in time.
Can we pick an era? Can we pick, or does it have to be any?
It can be any era. Just
you want.
I mean, can we do like one Roth, one Hagar, one Sharon, one?
Who?
No. It can't be. It has to be just one show of any. You have to pick something.
Oh crap!
I know it's a tough question. I know.
Yeah.
I would love to pick one.
Front row.
Front row. One show from one single tour. You got to pick a tour though.
Mm-hmm. Where am I sitting?
Right in front of Ed.
What does front row mean to you?
You guys never sat down in the front row?
What would it be?
I don't know.
86.
Answer for me in the chat, you guys. What show do you think I would want to go to?
We got 86, 81, 82, 88. Vinny, I'm with you, bud. I'm with you. 1988, OU812. That would be me.
Wait, is that Monsters of Rock or OU812?
OU812. They played 5150. They didn't play 5150 in Monsters of Rock. They played Sucker in a 3-piece, which I love, but 5150 blows that song out of the water.
Yep.
Yep.
Crap. Well, I'm going to have to pick eras because OU812. Okay. OU812, not Monsters of Rock.
Okay.
Because according to people that were there, it was just miserable.
Yeah.
You know? But OU812, definitely front row. And then for Roth, I would say 84.
Okay, cool. Bozique, you say balance too. Yeah, I mean, balance is a close second to me. It's the 88 and the 95 are my favorite Hagar eras. But okay, Dave, you're up next.
84 all the way.
But you did see him in 84.
I saw them every tour. It doesn't matter. So, I didn't see it. I didn't see 78 or 79.
Okay.
Or 80.
Go back.
But I don't want to. I don't want to see them from back then because
those shows were too short.
Yeah.
Back then.
Yeah, they're right. 45 minutes.
84. I would want to go back to 84 because for me that was like the pinnacle of the original Van Halen. It was the best.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good answer. You can go back to see it again. Okay, Jay, how about you?
Well, it would be fun to go back to the actual New Haven, Connecticut show, so everyone would think I'm a time traveler.
Oh man,
because I'd be able to like just say things that Sammy was going to say before he was going to say them or before he said them. Everyone around me would be like, "Where is this guy from?" You know,
the future. He's back from the future.
Back. So
back in time.
So that tour would probably be my favorite, even though I will say, since Johnny took so long, I'm gonna elaborate a little bit. It would be awesome to see Monsters of Rock, just because that's when Metallica, in my opinion, like that Justice era. I mean, it's right before, you know, the album came out, or right around the time when Justice came out.
Yeah.
So to see Van Halen, you know, virtually when at their Sammy Hagar pinnacle,
and to watch Metallica suck.
No, and to watch Metallica blow everybody off the stage.
That never happened, never will.
Oh, it did. It happened. It happened at the
like 7-Up. Never had it, never will.
At the New Jersey show. At the
7-Up does have
show.
caffeine now.
I told you this at the Meadowland show. I remember my brother came home from that show, and I asked him, how, you know, because he wasn't a Metallica fan at all.
He's like, "What?"
Jason, Metallica. No, he said Van Halen was awesome, but he said, "I'll tell you, man, Metallica was just, they blew everybody away." And who the hell was it? Somebody else went to that show. Who?
You had 5 seconds. You're taking longer than I did.
Sorry, go ahead.
We're at like 3.5 minutes. No, that's cool. No, so that would be okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
Just to see those two bands, two of my favorite all-time bands.
Oh yeah.
You know, while they were still great.
I remember when I heard, you know, Enter Sandman for the first time. You know, it's just like da 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 da. This was like, whoa. You know, I was in high school or middle school, whatever, and it was incredible. I was a Van Halen fan. Well, it would have been.
That's not high school, is it?
91.
Well, 91. Well, my
isn't middle school like grade school?
No.
Middle school is junior high.
It's different. I think different parts of the country, it's called different things, I think.
No, I'm way off though. 91, I was a junior in high school. I graduated in 92. So, well, see, my high school started at 7th and went up to 12th. So it was a middle school and high school combo school. So they had.
You're younger than I am?
I'm going to be 45 on October 5th. So I'm 44, almost 45.
I thought you were like 53.
Thanks, bud.
I'm 53.
No, you're 57.
I'm 50. Yeah.
Oh, wait.
You remember Ride the Lightning? Fight fire with fire. There you go.
I'm ready to open a vein with like a dull spoon.
Can you play that faster?
Yeah. Play the Mean Street tapping thing faster, too.
Let me see if I can just completely blow the guitar apart. No, I can't. I start fumbling over myself.
You know, it's funny though. Like I said, I guess if I had to go back and could only pick one show, you know, I love the Roth era. I really do. I mean, if you ask me what Van Halen I love the best, I mean, I would, if I was forced to answer the question, I would have to say the Sammy era.
Mitch Malloy.
Those were my high school anthems. But but like the Roth era, I love it so much too. But for some reason, I remember so much, you know, like when OU812 came out, you know, and I love the Balance album. Those were my two favorite albums. I love 5150. I love 84. I love Diver. I love all the albums. But if I could go back, I guess, you know, for me, it goes back to my favorite version of this guitar, and that was the 88 version. I'd want to go back and sit front row and watch Eddie rip a concert live with a 5150 in 1988. That would be my favorite, you know.
You know what would be funny? Going back to that show and bringing that guitar, or the Dave, your 88 version, bringing that and just standing there in the front row, like Eddie would be like,
I know. Or bring this version. Eddie's like, what the hell are you doing with another tuner on that stupid thing and a zebra pickup? You know.
You'll see, Eddie.
Yeah.
Well, you know what would be crazy about going back in time and going to those shows or just walking around town or whatever? is, you know, we're so used to looking at our phones all the time, is you wouldn't be able to do that in public.
No.
Why not?
Because if you were back in 1988 and you pulled one of these things out,
How do they know you didn't invent the damn thing?
Speaking of cell phones, I was going to post a picture on my one of my social medias the other day while I was in the bathroom, and I was going to post, when was the last time you pooped without your cell phone?
That's a rough one.
Yeah, that's interesting.
That's a rough one. I don't think I have in a while.
I know.
Oh, I'm sick. This is.
It's one of those things where, like, I've walked to the bathroom before, like, oh man, I gotta go, and I'm like, oh, my phone, I gotta get my phone.
Yeah,
That's why you don't touch anybody else's phone.
Exactly.
John B 5150, John B L 5150. Did you go to the end of the 1988 shows? You know, honestly, John, I did not. I became I was aware of Van Halen probably first time in like '83 in Diver Down. I was 10 years old, and I heard some songs from Diver Down. I was like, oh, that's cool. But I didn't really become a Van Halen like fan until '84. I heard Jump, Panama, Hot for Teacher. That's when I was really like, wow, these guys are amazing. You know, I was 11 years old. I remember I was at Lake Winnipesaukee on vacation, and my buddy came with me, Jimmy Holloway, and he brought the new Van Halen 1984 cassette. And he's like, hey, you got to check this out. And we're listening to Top Jimmy and, you know, all the songs. And like, whoa, it's so cool. So that's when I really became a fan. And then 5150 came out. I was too young to go to concerts, you know, 10, 11 years old. I really didn't have that, you know, wasn't really my favorite thing to do. But I love the music. I like 5150, you know, all those songs were the anthems in my 7th and 8th grade years. And OU812 came around and for Unlawful and all that, and I still hadn't seen any shows, but right around that time is when I decided I want to start playing guitar, but I never got around to it because I had started doing martial arts at the time, and I got a real late start. So no, my first Van Halen show was Balance Tour in '95. That's when I first was like, all right, I got to go see these guys. I've been a fan for like 10 years, you know, and it's like, I want to see.
That's why it answers the question why Balance is your favorite tour, because that was your first Van Halen tour. If you would have seen them live anywhere before that, you would say, oh my God, Balance was horrible. Because it was.
You know, I have no doubt. I mean, you're 100% right, Dave. I mean, you know, if I'd seen him earlier, I probably would have been like, whoa, you know, and because you can't listen to a live soundboard recording or a live bootleg and have an appreciation. It's so, they may sound great, but it's so much different in person. But I remember when I saw Balance, you know, I was like, all right, I got to see these guys. I've been listening to them. I want to start playing guitar. And I started playing guitar right after the Balance tour. And, you know, I was 21, 22 years old. And I remember I saw him in Worcester, Mass. And Eddie comes out with an Amber Music Man, 7 Seal, and just, it was just this huge, majestic, processed, harmonized sound, which a lot of people don't like. I know. But
you remember the days? You remember one of the, because I saw him twice on the Balance tour. Do you remember the any of the dates that you saw him?
You talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if you said Dave. Yeah. I can't remember the actual dates, Jay, but I know it was I saw him in the Worcester, Mass show, and in Hartford, Connecticut. But I'd have to look at the. I still got the tickets somewhere.
Me, you, and Dave probably saw them like within a couple days of each other because they played Meadowlands in East Rutherford, New Jersey on April 25th.
Yep.
So I'm thinking all three of us probably saw them. Wait, Dave, you didn't see the Meadowlands show, right?
No, I didn't go to
Jones Beach, right? You saw him in Jones Beach.
Jones Beach. Ladies and gentlemen, David Jones Beach.
They played 3 shows in a row in Jones Beach. I have all 3 shows on video. And, you know, I know you don't like them, Dave, but I'll tell you, I listen to those, I watch those Jones Beach shows, and I'm like, it just sounds amazing to me.
All right. Let me.
Bye, Amanda.
Bye, Amanda. The band was great as a whole. They sounded. I mean, they were together. The rhythm section, everything sounded great. The sound of the guitars was terrible.
Really?
That processed sound. It sounded so thin. It sounded like a bunch of gnats flying around. It was not good. It just wasn't good like the way Eddie sounds.
Yeah.
I mean, the Carnal Knowledge tour, his sound was way better. Same amps,
Yeah.
same guitar, just different EQ and whatever else he thought he was doing. But the Carnal Knowledge sound was way better than the Balance sound. Way better.
Jay, what did you think? What did you think of the Balance tour?
It was my first time seeing Van Halen live, both shows, but I honestly don't remember a lot of not because I was like drinking or doing drugs or anything, because I didn't. But it's just a weird thing. Like
that was a concern of mine for a minute.
I don't know if I was like so in like shock of like, oh my God, I'm seeing. No, I'm sorry. I saw them in '93 at the Orange County Fairgrounds in Middletown, New York.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. That was the first time I saw them. But I remember that show. But for some reason,
great then. The rig sounded amazing in '93.
Mm-hmm.
2 years later, it was horrible.
It's funny. '93 was the last tour that they played in standard tuning, and then in '95 was the first tour they started tuning down a half step. I remember, it's funny, we talk about Live Without a Net, and we're just like, Jay loves that tour, that's that show, and I do too. But I love the 5150 song the most, but I listen to in that particular tour, they tuned that song down a whole step. On the album, it's tuned down a half step.
Half step.
That tour, they tuned down a whole step, and I don't know why it sounds dead a whole step down. And then in OU812, they played it standard, and it's like, boom, it just sounds so like fun and happy and lively to me in standard.
Yeah, Jim Nicholas asks, 7/8, did Vince Neil open? Yeah, when I saw him at the Orange County Fairgrounds in Middletown.
Yeah,
Vince Neil with Steve Stevens, and I mean, it was just, Steve Stevens was on fire.
And he was using Eddie's rig. He was using a 5150 with a Music Man.
Which one was this, 93 or 95?
93. Yep. Yeah, everybody's commenting the date in on the Balance tour, and we're all with like John Biel saw him the day after I saw him.
Yeah.
I think he mentioned what day you saw him. Let's see. Which one did you see?
I saw him in Worcester. I can't remember the date.
April 29th. That's
okay. Yeah, and then I saw him in Hartford, Connecticut. The same, and I can't remember which one came first, but they were both within a few weeks, a couple weeks of each other. But you're right, Jay. We must have all seen them. You, me, and Dave must have seen them in the same era. Johnny,
yeah. When I saw him, go ahead. I
was just asking Johnny. Did you see him in Balance?
Who, me?
No.
Am I awake? What? Balance? Yes. Yeah, I saw them, I want to say, like 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
When I saw them in '95, it was Eddie had just broken out that flame top yellow Music Man with the tape on the headstock, so you couldn't see the name. Yeah. And I think I wasn't very close, and I was like, that's not his original guitar. It's too clean looking. And me and the guy I went with, we were arguing about it. We would argue about it. No, it's the same guitar. I'm like, no, it's not the same guitar. It's brand new looking. That looks like it just came out of a box. It's not a quilt top. It's a flame top. And, and it had a D-tuner on it. But, I mean, in '93, he started using the D-tuner. But it was totally a different guitar. And I was like, wow, that's so cool. It's a different guitar. And then soon after that, he stopped using that guitar. Started using the Wolfgang.
Yeah. And that guitar you're talking about was actually about a week and a half ago, when I started digging into these these stupid rubber dipped eye bolts. Once I saw that,
I have a picture of that guitar on in the boat from that tour with a bunch of other guitars that Eddie used on the road.
Oh yeah.
Let's see if I can find it. I know I have it here somewhere.
While you're doing that, I'm going to look for. I got some pictures here of these rubber dipped.
Rubber dip. I said it 3 times out of 5.
While you guys are going to compare pictures, I got to go what Elliot said.
Of your rubber dips.
Right here is a picture of Ed's Music Man, the original one. You can tell right on the top, it's worn off on the bottom, but you can see the set screw. You can tell it's rubber dipped.
I can't see anything.
God. Jay.
Rob, have you joined our Discord server yet?
I am not. I'm too busy dealing with rubber dip here. Oh God!
I was gonna say, post these pictures over in the Discord.
You guys are crazy. All right. Okay. So here is the Music Man with the white top. You guys see that on the bottom? See where the rubber dip is still there?
That's so.
Looks like you're showing a bug on a leaf.
I know they're horrible pictures, guys. I know.
Go all the way forward and then pull it back.
Okay. All right.
Put it all the way and then pull it out. All right, I gotta go.
Here's this picture here. Dave, check out this. Dave, check out this picture. Dave.
I can't see crap.
Okay, there's Ed's original Music Man quilt top. Okay, from Balance.
You just got a text.
Now if I scroll in. Ugh, come on, that's horrible.
You got to go all the way up, all the way to the camera, and then it'll focus.
Focus it. This ain't no joke-a-sit.
That's a hold on. You guys aren't gonna be able to see that one. Hold on.
Can you text it?
Yeah. Hang on a second.
He doesn't want to give it up.
Hold on.
Coming.
What was all that?
I got some good pictures coming here, mister.
Rob, is that an Andre Tippett jersey behind you?
Yeah, I know. I do. Yeah, I
really?
Who the hell is Andre Tippett?
He was a linebacker for the New England Patriots back in like 85, 86,
yeah.
right?
And there was Lippett too. Lippett and Tippett.
Lippett and Tippett. That sounds like never mind.
All right.
Sounds like it's the Late Show.
Yeah.
Here's it.
Wow.
That's one of his Music Man that was dipped in '95.
You still can't. It's too blurry.
Yeah.
You can't.
I know. I'm sorry, guys. I know it's awful. I know.
All right, I got to Lippett and Tippett. I'll see you guys. I'll see Johnny and maybe Dave. I'll see you in an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Hour,
Hang on, Jay. Here's the one I want to show you. Hang on. Here's the one I want to show you. Okay.
Yeah.
You can see this here. Okay, Dave, check this out. That's the original.
For crying out loud, okay. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you can see the top half is gone.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
I know. That's the picture I'm talking about. It's from '95. But yeah, it's just kind of cool. Just one of those. It's just one of those geek out things, you know. We're all kind of like, what the heck, you know? Where did this come from? How long has this been going on? You know, it's stupid, you know.
It's
Yeah.
not stupid.
Post all the rubber dip pictures in the Discord.
But my point is, though, it's just one of those. It's another one of those things about most. It all stemmed from this guitar because this is where we noticed it from. It's just another one of those things that after all these years we've been following this guy and his gear and his equipment and his effects, you know, and it's like we keep finding out new things about this stuff, and you know, it's geeky and it's kind of lame, whatever. You know, we don't want to admit it to people that aren't.
It's awesome. It's cool as hell.
But I mean, it's cool. It's like we keep finding stuff out about these guitars and this guy, and it's really cool. It's kind of fun.
Who's ripping them?
Is that you?
No, I think it's Rob's farting chair.
It's my farting chair.
Why is there a tube heading out the window?
I found it. Bam.
Yeah, look at that. That's a great picture. Okay, so the one at the far back is the original.
Yes.
And then we have the.
He just talked over your picture. We can't even see it.
Then it was green.
Good night, David Ennis. David Ennis. And Caleb blocked his his good night all.
What?
I don't know what the hell happened.
We don't know what happened, but he deleted it or whatever.
Yeah, sorry. That was Caleb must have bumped something. I think he blocked him.
Why?
I think it was an accident.
Was he? Hang on. Let's see what the deleted message is.
I just unhid him.
It just said good night all.
Yeah.
Caleb, what are you doing, man? What are you doing?
Is Caleb even in here? We must have pissed him off. He's trolling us by blocking everybody. He's all he played. You know, he had an awesome show the other night. Now he's like, I'm gonna mess with these guys.
Eric Miller. Hey, we're gonna do a late show, which starts in like an hour.
I gotta go.
We'll talk about Jimmy Page's guitars then.
So funny, this guy A Lullaby. So EVH is some kind of guitar guy.
No, he's not. Bye, guys.
All right, see you, Jay.
Rob, good seeing you, man. I'll talk to you soon. All right.
All right, buddy. Take care, man.
Congrats on the new guitar.
All right, we'll talk. All
right, later, guys.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, he had to use the bathroom bad.
No, he's putting Ellie to sleep.
Very bad.
Howie needs a W.
Yeah, I know. He needs a W. I need to run up that hill.
You still running?
Yeah.
What hill are you running up?
This hill that goes straight up.
How long is it?
The hill?
Yeah.
It's I don't know.
Mile?
No, but it goes like it's literally like
goes forever
at an angle.
Not a mile, but it goes forever.
So you're like Rocky running up the mountain.
Yeah, that's what it's like. That's what it's like.
Cool. Is Howie going?
Yep.
Nice.
Yep. Thank you, Eric. Yeah, we have a good time. So what?
You good?
Yeah, because
let's go. How many people we got?
67.
Oh, sorry about that, people. We come back later. Come back later. 2 hours.
Come back next time. Subscribe to the channel. Click the bell if you want, and you'll know when we're back. But yeah, Steve Anderson is going to take over in about 7:38, about an hour and a half from now.
Cool.
And then it'll be like 3 more hours of nonstop rubber dip talk.
I joined you guys tonight, but I got to be up early. I have to work a shift tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock, so I'm going to hit it. But I will join you guys. But if you guys want to, do a hangout this weekend, let me know.
Cool.
All right.
Cool. You got something else to show off, right?
Because you too, Bozy. It's great seeing you too, Bozy. What's that, John? What do you mean?
Good night, Bozy. You were going to be here before, and you were going to show something else. Remember?
I was going to show my guitar, my rig, actually, my new 50-watt head. I don't think you guys have seen. Well, you guys know about it, but I don't think in land has seen it. I have a new 50-watt head that I striped up with the stripes. A lot of you guys know about it because you follow me on Instagram. But I'll show. I'll do it next time. We'll do a hangout next week. I'll jump on with these guys if it's okay with them next week, and I'll show you my rig. I'll be upstairs. But I have a 50-watt head running through a 1x12 cab, and then I have 2 PV 5150s on each side. So it's still the wet, dry, wet rig. But both PVs are being powered by the 5150 50-watt head like Dave has. I have my Eventide time factor throwing a separate delay to each one, and then I have my PS6 Harmonious, but I'm going to replace that with a 5150 chorus pedal because I think that's probably going to give me a better detuned sound. So I'm going to replace the PS6 Harmonious with that, and then the Harmonious is going to go to my backup rig. So I'll show you guys that next week, and then hopefully within the next couple of weeks, my green Music Man will be in. And then
other things too, right? You have something else too, right?
There is one other thing that's not here yet. You guys have probably seen it on Instagram out there in Storyland. You both know what it is, and so does Jay. I worked a deal with Hubbard. I'm getting his Little Guitars 2007 Frankenstrat. It's a exact replica of Eddie's. It's actually a Squire Mini guitar, but it's a 3/4 guitar, and it's been modified to be like Eddie's 2007 Little Guitars Frankie. So that'll be kind of cool. He did a great job on it. So that'll be another little addition. So that'll be kind of cool. So I'll show you guys that. That should be in about a week.
Cool. Very cool. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But if you guys are around this weekend, I'm available.
Cool.
Okay. Well, you said you're gone tomorrow.
I'm gone during the day tomorrow, but I'll be around in the afternoon, late afternoon, and I'll be around in the morning, all morning. I don't leave until 3 o'clock my time. So if you guys want to do something, prior,
so what's morning for you? 3 o'clock your time.
Anywhere but
noon.
So basically, 3 o'clock my time would be noon your time.
Noon my time.
Yeah. But I'll be back after I'm only working 4 hours tomorrow, so I'll be back at 7 o'clock my time. 4 o'clock your time.
My time. Mm-hmm.
And then Sunday I'm available all day.
Okay. Okay. Well, I don't know if I have time Sunday. I will have some free time tomorrow.
Okay. Well, give me a call when you get up.
Starting from noon my time, I'll have like 3 or 4 hours that I'm just sitting here staring at the wall. So,
changing guitar strings.
If you want to talk about rubber dipping,
But actually show up.
Hey, Dave, we got to rubber dip those eye bolts of yours too, by the way, on your 5150.
Yeah, I you know how I feel about those rubber dips.
Got to rubber dip everything.
Don't leave yet until we get off the air, though, Rob.
Okay.
I'm going to show you something.
Oh.
His rubber dip. His rubber dip.
Come over here. Let me show you something.
All right. Hey, Sonia.
Fender Guru, cool to see you too, buddy. Great to see you guys, all you guys. It's awesome.
Yes. Thrash metal and fun riffs. Fender Guru, Sonia, Eric Miller, John Parson, Ben Combs, right? Coombs. Oh,
Coombs.
Damn it.
John, I got you on that. Bye. See you later. Good one.
Everybody. John BL, thank you for everything over in the Discord, man. Very cool. Join us over there in the Discord, you guys.
Yeah.
We have a great time. And like I said, we'll be back in about an hour and a half, roughly.
Yeah. And I'll probably be on for a little while, but I'll also be hanging out with Ben Coombs on Sunday night. He invited me to come join in to his party.
You bringing some rubber dip or
no rubber dips?
Nothing against you, Ben. Nothing against you, Ben. I'm just picking on Dave. So.
All right. Real quick. All right. We'll see you guys. Rob, good to see you.
Good to see you guys.
And we'll see you guys in a little bit. So yeah, come back. All right, Johnny Beane. johnnybeane.live. Check it out. All right. Bye.
Bye, guys. Good to see you. I'll see you soon.
Rubber dip.